And today they're going to be witnessing the unveiling of the Wall of Remembrance and the Chris Hani Monument that'll be happening later this morning when the President actually joins them. It's part of festivities that are taking place today. Well, let's actually chat to Desiree Chauke now, who is there. She's been covering this for us in the rain. But you did tell us earlier this is a great sign. So we shouldn't be bemoaning the fact, we should be celebrating it.
And you know, Leanne, like they say, we shall not be moved. People are coming in numbers to come and witness the unveiling of the Chris Hani Memorial. And you were talking about him being a struggle icon, but not only that, a humble man from Xofimvaba, from very humble beginnings, but went on to touch the lives of people all over the world. An aspirant leader, as South Africa was on the eve of democracy, there were very high expectations of the positions he would hold in office, but obviously that wasn't meant to be. As we've been talking throughout this broadcast, that a person who epitomized the face of the alliance, and to talk about that some more, we're joined by the president of COSATU, Mr. Sdumo Dlamini. Welcome to Morning Live.
Well, thanks very much, Desiree.
What would Chris Hani think of the face of the alliance in 2015?
Look, we can only guess. He's gone 22 years now. We keep on remembering. But knowing him, knowing the man that he was, the current state of the alliance, which is under attack, the alliance that has some rumblings inside, in particular the COSATU situation, Chris Hani would not be a happy person. But I think he would take pride in the work we do to defend the alliance, to defend COSATU, and produce leaders that are prepared to die in defense of COSATU and the alliance as a whole. Not leaders who will call for a breakaway of COSATU or a break of the alliance. Chris Hani would be proud of those.
We spoke earlier about the contradictions in his life, him being an academic who could snugly sit in any educational institution, but who also chose to be the man of the people on the ground. Is COSATU continuing along that line where you're speaking to the worker?
We strive to continue on that line. It has not been easy, in particular lately, because there has been some among us who have been trying to strip this federation into pieces, break it into pieces and take it into something else. Chris Hani would have not wanted COSATU to be a political party, because there is the South African Communist Party, there is the African National Congress. We struggle to maintain that, keeping this alliance intact in the name of Chris Hani. For he was always at the forefront, but he was with the people, ever combat ready, fighting with the soldiers on the ground, whilst leading also. We are at a time when that is a call that we're trying to hit right now as the Federation leadership.
What notes are you taking from his style of leadership in getting or finding solutions for the problems that COSATU is confronted with at the moment?
Democracy and democratic centralism. When a decision has been taken by the organization, even if I was not happy with the decision, I should then lead. That is what Chris Hani did. He wasn't very pleased the way the disbandment of MK was handled and communicated to the people. But when that was then later explained to him, he led in explaining it to the soldiers of MK on why it was correct for the armed struggle to be abandoned.
The one characteristic of his leadership was that he was credible, and they say that he enjoyed immense support from the people who reported to him. Why do you think that that is not the case currently?
Look, we have many of us who have suddenly become too big for our organizations. we master the art of the organization and everything in the organization, and then we rise above and we see ourselves as the organization. That is the challenge. Chris Hani was amongst the collective, amongst the soldiers, leading together with them. Today, that is a challenge among some of us as leaders. We have the audacity and the guts to jump on the rooftop and say terrible negative things about the organizations we belong to, undermining the democracy in the organization. That's a problem today. That's why we take decisions sometimes to expel others, because the organization is and not the individual.
And just to wrap up, what's the role of COSATU here today?
We are here to celebrate. We are here to make our voice heard that the alliance needs a defense. We need to stand together going forward to defeat the enemy.
Sdumo Dlamini is the president of COSATU, talking to us here as we wait for an event that officially starts after 9 to unveil the Chris Hani monument and the Wall of Remembrance. My name is Desiree Chauke, and from the Thomas Nkobi Cemetery, it's back to Leanne.
All right,